Welcome to this episode of TLC Nitro.
Welcome to the episode where Derb is questioning how long he can continue watching WWE. That isn't NXT.
Yeah, by the way, that's the Derb.
Hi, I am the Derbinator. Hello.
I'm John Ritland, and look, I want to be honest here. There were 4 pretty good matches on this show. The problem is, there was a whole bunch of bullshit otherwise. Now look, you guys can think I'm being too harsh on this pay-per-view. You can think he's being too harsh on this pay-per-view. I don't fucking care anymore. I appreciate you watching, and I respect your opinions, and there is a comment box, so please make sure to let your opinion be known. If you like this pay-per-view, great. I don't know how the fuck you did, because Christ, this was bad in parts. Let's get to the good stuff. I got here late, so I missed the whole Lana Lashley thing where Lana said...
Lana insulted Charlie by, calling her Renee, and she's like, no, wait, you're the wannabe Renee. You're, after Renee got promoted to WWE backstage, I like the fact that nobody addresses the fact that Lana's accent is disappearing and reappearing at random intervals. It is the quantum accent.
Let's be perfectly honest. Lana is this generation's Sable, but Sable at least knew her place and knew when to get the fuck out of wrestling. Lana apparently doesn't. She thinks she's beneficial to wrestling and could be super sweet. I don't care. She's a slap in the face to women that actually matter in wrestling.
Yeah.
She's an embarrassment. They signed her for 5 more years, which is fine because guess what? No other company was going to sign a talentless hack like that isn't Brandy Rhodes in AEW. So anyway... The Revival berate Booker T. Imagine if we could have gotten Harlem Heat versus Revival. Not now, but, you know.
in their prime.
Yeah, that would have been kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I miss Sensational Sherry. I miss women that were good as managers. And not, gutter sluts that they're treating her like one.
I was entertained by wrestling. That wasn't NXT.
But let's be honest. There was some good wrestling, and we're going to start with that. Andrade with Zelina versus Humberto Carrillo. It was a good match. It was a good match. It was added last second.
You could definitely have put that Roman Reigns and Baron Corbin match on the kickoff. I'm just saying.
I mean, they wouldn't have, but I agree with you. It would have killed.
Or you could have put that Rusev and Lashley match in the kickoff. And I'd have been totally okay with that, because then we could have the entire pay-per-view to get over how life-sucking that was.
Zelina should be wrestling. Excuse me. And, sorry. Andrade was bleeding at one point, getting swelling right above the eye. I guess Charlotte was upset that he didn't take out the trash last time. So, what? It was funny. I don't know. I don't know because I don't care anymore. No, I hope Andrade's okay. This show was snake.
I know that feeling.
What?
Not caring anymore.
Oh, right. This show was snake bit. Terribly snake bit. Like, and I'm not saying the talents...
Twice bitten should die.
That would be a hashtag, but we might get in trouble. So, look, there was a Poison Rana off the ropes. Okay, why? I mean, it was the safest Poison Rana you could do if there is such a thing.
It was definitely not a New Japan Poison Rana.
Ibushi and Naito, hi. So yeah, moonsault for 3. Okay, Humberto wins. Good. They tease Andrade and Zelina breaking up again. They're gonna split them. I thought Alistair was splitting Zelina. Hi. I'm being worse.
Yeah?
Yeah, right. Okay. We then get a Bray's Funhouse opening up the show with a recap thing. Okay, it was cool. It was fine.
And going through the entire build of TLC.
And you know what? That was at least a different way of doing it. WWE does display some quality packages. So, there we go with New Day versus the Revival. I know what I said.
Yeah.
New Day versus the Revival, tag title match. SmackDown tag title match.
Yeah.
Ladder match, good match. Everybody's knees were fucked.
No kidding.
Horribly fucked. I hope Big E's okay. I hope Dawson? It was Dawson. Oh, Dawson, the moonsault, or the trust fall that Kofi did. I hope that everybody's okay. In all honesty, at least in this match. Look, Big E's little E got busted, so now he can't go out with Becky's mom anymore. That was funny stuff. Broken ladders, broken wooden ladders painted silver. These guys took some hellacious bumps. I'm done with this feud.
Hellacious.
I'm done with this feud. But let's be honest, this was a good match.
Yeah.
And let this be the end, please. Because it's like when the Usos and New Day did their thing. When they did their Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
That was the perfect way to end it. End it. They're going to face off next week, aren't they?
Probably. WWE's out of ideas, and it shows.
Yeah. They're taping... we will be enduring these shows for as long as we can. I mean, we endure AEW Dynamite some weeks. Oh, Dynamite, NXT. You know what? I'm done with this year. I should have waited until the end of this to do my least favorite matches list. 2 would have been on there, and we're going to get to those here in a bit. Baron Corbin cuts a promo saying, I will use tables, ladders, and chairs. Baron Corbin remembering how a TLC match works the day of said TLC match.
I will use tables, ladders, and chairs. I am charismatic.
I am sure that part of it has to do with the horrible writing. Baron Corbin is not charismatic. I'm sorry, he's not. He's not. You guys
I'm
can
not saying that he's got all the charisma of Ben Stein on, like, some muscle depressant, but he's got the charisma of Ben Stein on horse tranquilizer.
Okay, shouldn't have drank during that. Buddy Murphy versus Aleister Black. Aleister's jaw got jacked, his nose got busted. This was a good match. This was a very well done match. They gave it a lot of time. There were a great amount of strikes. Looked like Buddy might win, but nope, he got a black mass to the face, and Buddy loses. Still, I like this. This is probably the most they're going to push Buddy Murphy for at least the next, I'd say, year.
They put on a terrific match.
They did. No, I'm not complaining about that.
This was... Would you count this as match of the night?
I would say this in the women's match. Only because the women's at least went out there and tried to save the show.
The women's match was pretty sloppy, though.
To be fair, though, again, the show was snake bit.
Yeah. But in terms of just...
Yeah, Buddy and Aleister, I'll say match.
Yeah. You should go out of your way to at least watch this match.
First 3, but yes, definitely this one. This is the one to seek out.
If you're gonna watch one match from the show, you make it this one.
I really hope Aleister's okay, because that nose thing looked brutal.
Yeah.
It looked really brutal. We then get Rusev being interviewed backstage by Charlie. Apparently, Rusev is elated.
And he knows what that means now.
Isn't that Renee that did that to him? Rusev, you seem so elated. What does that mean? Endearing Rusev. We get recaps of Rollins versus...
At least there's one thing about Rusev, it's continuity.
Yeah. Not in the booking, but at least in him enjoying things. Recaps of Rollins and Owens, a feud that we are not going to see anything of tonight, which is just as well.
Yeah. Well, there's a KFC Bucket fans.
KFC Bucket stuff at the ring.
I'm making Kentucky Fried Chicken joke, but Bucket.
They should, you know what? They should have put those people on motor scooters with those KFC buckets and had them ride through Ethiopia. Look, if somebody's going to say it, somebody's going to say it. I shouldn't have said it, should I?
No, probably not.
But you know what? Rolling with it.
I mean, you would if you were strapped to it. But, anyway.
Look, all enhancement talents, or whoever the fuck
but
they were.
But here's the best part about this KFC section.
Yeah.
This was shown and talked about during the Viking Raiders entrance.
Yes.
You know, Viking Raiders, guys should be intimidating. I totally accept this during the New Day match, because, you know, New Day.
And fried chicken, and that Vince would have done that. Vince would have done it.
Because of the way that they market themselves and the way that they produce themselves, that kind of levity works well in a New Day match.
It does.
They can also be used as a joke, too.
Right. You and I both know Vince and Hayes would have done that, though.
Or you could have done that during the Corbin Reigns match. That way we can continue not caring.
Which we'll get to here in a bit. Gallows and Anderson answer the open challenge. The crowd...
What a surprise!
They were like the one other tag team match there. One other tag team match. there. The Viking Raiders almost win on kind of a botched non-3 count. And then we get a double count out. It killed the crowd. Killed the... I mean, the next match really killed the crowd.
It was the nail in the coffin. Just kidding. That was just one of the nails in the coffin.
That was Vampiro's finisher in WCW. Anyway, look, nobody really wanted to see this match, but then they got the crowd into it, and then they did that finish, which, if you wanted Gallows and Anderson to not take the pin, just send another team out there.
Yeah,
somebody.
And then the Viking Raiders walk off as if they were triumphant.
When it was a double count out.
Yeah.
And it's not the only time we saw people brawling. Oh, but then we see Miz saying he's going to fight for his family, and Paige is like, the fuck? And Florence Pugh, who was in that.
Pew pew.
No,
pew pew.
She's a girl. She's a girl that
Pew,
was in.
pew.
She's a girl that was in Midsommar.
Pew.
I was wondering when you were gonna do that. I think I said that right, Midsommar. Anyway, okay, here we get to, boy, the first of many terrible things. Corbin versus Reigns in a TLC match.
God.
Let me just say this much about the crowd. One, I like how the crowd reacted to this. They gave Reigns a fairly favorable reaction. They sort of reacted to what he did.
They give Baron Corbin just about nothing.
And you know what? Whether he is cast in this role and whether he is just playing this character and just going out and doing this bullshit to the best of his ability, he should get shit on. He should get shit on repeatedly.
This was just torturous to watch.
Baron Corbin's one of the worst goddamn things that happened to WWE television since the Benoit tragedy. And I'll say it. The character. Fucking hell. Sorry, Chris. Go ahead. Are you just...
This fucking show. This fucking match.
Yeah. Yeah.
Repeats of Raw.
And SmackDown.
SmackDown, I should say.
No.
Repeats of SmackDown, the shit segments that they did. They recapped the events leading up to this incessantly throughout the pay-per-view, so I was really pissed off anyway. But they brought to bring out the dog food. They brought out Dolph Ziggler. They brought out other people in the back to help beat up Roman Reigns. And no one came to Roman Reigns' rescue, which made it seem like Baron Corbin had kind of a point.
They had a can of dog food because we didn't have this happen enough to drive the point home that Vince is a sophomore jackass. That, honestly, when Vince McMahon leaves, whether you know, by retirement or in a hearse, is going to... that's the only way he's going to leave. Yeah. Something's got to give here at this point. I know
my patience with WWE.
I know I didn't expect much from TLC. I really didn't. The first 3 matches were pretty goddamn good. I'm not going to lie. And then the Viking Raiders, Gallows and Anderson thing, once they did that, I go, okay, what's the next match? And it's the TLC match. I didn't care about this.
I'm not going to be surprised if tomorrow viewership is down on Raw.
And it should be. It really should be. SmackDown viewership should be in the toilet. Fox should want to get out of their deal now. Corbin is... Seriously, he's one of the worst things that happened to WWE TV, and not even for a heel. I don't care about heel stuff. Remember his Constable Corbin thing and being Raw GM? That was last year. WWE said, McMahon's and everybody came out and said, hey, we're going to listen to you guys. We haven't been doing a good job. And guess what I said? I didn't believe it. Well, guess who's right? And guess who didn't want to be right? They've done some good stuff with some of the matches, but it's been in spite of the management. Vince McMahon wants to shit on the fans and piss on the fans because he gets off on it.
I am violently indifferent to Baron Corbin in the sense that I neither want to see him nor do I want to see him gone. I just don't care. It sucks any enjoyment out of whatever show I'm watching, and I don't really care if he gets beat or not. I just...
That's the thing. Wanting to see a heel get the shit beat out of him is fine.
Yeah.
But I don't care when Corbin does. I wouldn't have cared if Corbin had lost this match. Oh no, but see, he didn't, because Roman Reigns, who's probably going to beat Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania 36.
I'm not going to say that he's a shallow character, but he's got about as much depth as a kiddie pool.
He's got about as much depth as a tablespoon.
You ever see a thimble filled with water?
Yes.
Imagine just one drop of water in there.
Imagine half a drop. How could you do that? Very carefully.
That's not a thing.
I know.
It's either a drop or it's not.
I
Come on, John.
I
Stop ruining metaphors.
You can't split water?
You can, but you'd still have a drop.
Fair. Good job on the metaphor stuff there. This was... it was such fucking bullshit. It was just... And then you have the security guys, seconds or whatever, come out there, and the first guy that gets hit is a black guy with a cane, so of course you know Hayes is booking this shit. And then you get the Revival here. And of course they start beating up the brown guy because we need more Southern Caucasians beating up, different ethnicities. And then we get a headshot from Ziggler where Reigns did not get his hands up fully. So Ziggler's probably going to get fined heavily for that.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's inadvertent. But Corbin wins after all this. Nobody's showing up, which look,
Yeah, with the, deep six under the chair?
Yep, no, end of days. End of days. Just, look, the crowd did not even care. The crowd didn't even react. They were just like...
There were some boos here and there, but it wasn't audible enough for me to say, oh wow, we got so much heat with the crowd!
They were turning up the music to hide the fact nobody was booing. Vince, this is what...
turn up the mics.
Yeah. This is what Vince is creating.
Up to 11.
My anger's gone up to 11 because, again, don't insist on pushing storylines that aren't any good and then wonder why, oh, well, we get some YouTube views and stuff. Well, great. What about the ratings? If the ratings are barely hovering above 2 million, you're not drawing in enough fans. Fox has got to be pissed about some of this stuff. And whether Corbin is good in or out of the ring, he ain't really a good guy outside the ring because he's pretty much a jackass. This is a terrible feud that never needed to start. Isn't doing anything for Roman. I'm not going to care about Roman any more than I did when he wins this feud or whatever. Shout out to Bobby. It's going to lead to a Kiss My Foot match. I think I mentioned that in the SmackDown review. Let's go on to Miz versus Bray. This was also shit.
Yeah.
I get what they were trying to do. Okay. There are certain people that were saying, well, Bray, it's more about storytelling. You can do a bunch of storytelling if you want. If you're not telling a good story, I don't give a shit.
No, this match, it had something good going into it, I think, with the whole child show host
right, yeah,
persona that Bray's constructed for himself.
Kind of like they did in It, what Henry did to his father.
I rated a 7 out of 10. Anyway, the whole feud and Miz being concerned about his family, it's a good reason for them to fight. It should have just been the Fiend.
The crowd also didn't give a shit. They reacted yowie wowie.
They tried to get back into it, but the Roman Reigns and Baron Corbin match just sucked the life out of them.
Yeah.
This match was slow going. There wasn't enough character work in it, which is weird to say with Bray Wyatt and the Miz in the ring.
Yeah, that was a bit I just didn't care about the match.
And then as the match came to what would be its inevitable close, the Fiend, a video of the Fiend appears on the Titantron.
Bray wins, by the way. Sorry, Bray won first. Then go ahead.
Yeah, and then he goes to get the mallet out from underneath the ring. And then as he goes to do that, the lights start to go down. And then the lights come back up without going fully down. And Daniel Bryan rushes Bray Wyatt. Takes it off, and it's 2010's Bryan Danielson.
The American Dragon is back.
Yes.
Look, that brought the crowd to their feet somewhat, but...
No, it brought the crowd alive.
But the next thing didn't. Which we'll get to in a minute.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Well, before this whole session closed down, Daniel Bryan's up at the ring, and the entire crowd, they're on their feet. Yes! Yes! How would you follow that momentum, John?
First let me give my thoughts, and then I'll tell you what it was. I did not like this. The character work, they tried, but I don't find him as compelling in the ring as I do just in vignettes. Bryan Danielson coming back? Great. I'm going to call him Bryan Danielson from now on. How do you follow up the momentum, you ask? Rusev versus Lashley with Lana getting around a whole bunch of hardwood in her hand on camera because she's used to grasping that because that's the only way she ever got famous. But I don't care. I'm going to be harsh towards Lana. Lana deserves this. Does she deserve to be told that she's the worst person in the world? No, but she's one of the worst characters ever. She hasn't been interesting since like 2015 when the whole engagement thing
sucked.
Happened. Yeah, it sucked, plain and simple. Lashley won. There was a bad botch at the end, but hey, Lashley recovered that did that.
Yeah. So if he went to go slam Rusev with the table didn't break, he immediately picked up on that and then worked him over onto the other table.
Which was a good spot, but there were guardrail spots.
Why did Rusev not win this one?
You know why, Chris? Because Rusev's probably gonna leave.
Probably.
Rusev is probably gonna leave. If he doesn't leave, I don't know what the fuck else he's gonna do. People are like, well, he signed.
He's now got nowhere to go.
Yeah. Oh, they signed his wife.
Unless Aiden English comes over and says, it's time to reunite Rusev Day. And then you start a path of retribution for Rusev. Away from Lana and Lashley on a whole nother brand. Or NXT even.
That would be a good idea. I'd like to see that. They have completely... Not that Lashley had much momentum. He has no more momentum than he had before. Lana, I'm sorry, if you want to treat your women seriously, if women can't wrestle, don't treat them as conniving. Don't treat them like they're freaking gutter sluts. Because it's not a good look for women. Even for heels. It's not a good idea. And Rusev... Is Rusev going to be any more over after this? No! It's fucking shit!
Rusev is going to be the same amount as over as he's been since Rusev Day started.
Since before. He was over before that. They have had chance after chance after fucking chance with Rusev, and they've ruined it. So you know what, Vince? You deserve to go bankrupt. You won't, but you deserve to go bankrupt.
Alright, whatever.
And then we have the Street Profits talking, but then suddenly we have...
Roman Reigns, Baron Corbin, and a bunch of people from the locker room are having a big old slobber knocker.
For whatever reason.
Because, they started a war between the people in the locker room.
Yeah, now the locker room wants to help.
Oh man, if only this was a build-up to some match where Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head or something like that, because that would be a good idea to have the locker rooms feuding with each other.
You're talking about the Royal Rumble. You're not.
No, I was talking about Survivor Series, and, that would have been a great opportunity, a great way to build to it, but... Nope.
They didn't do that. And then we get Asuka and Kairi versus Charlotte and Becky. Women's Tag Title TLC match. Is everybody okay? Because there were a lot of concussions during this match.
Probably.
Kairi got concussed.
I don't know if they got concussed, but they got smacked around something silly.
I think Charlotte did. I think Charlotte and Kairi did. Kairi was clearly out of it. Charlotte was out of it. Now, maybe they didn't. Maybe they just got their bell rung and it wasn't a concussion, but they looked rocked.
Yeah.
Credit to these women for doing some good comedy and everything.
Their goddamn damnedest to get the crowd back into it, but this was a sloppy match.
It was, and there
was a lot of chaos and not the good kind. Performed chaos versus just pure chaos are two entirely different animals. Kairi Sane, if you can't throw a chair above the ropes, Kairi, don't throw a chair above the ropes.
It was adorable the first time, and then
it got sad.
She hit herself in the head, I think, with one of them.
It took her so goddamn long to get a couple chairs in there that Becky and Charlotte just picked up the chairs and they were just standing there watching Kairi, and it's like, boing.
That was pretty goddamn funny. This was...
Oh, God. They tried.
They did.
And there were a lot of good things in here. Tying Becky up to the ladder. Smart idea.
Yeah.
Using the rope to pull the ladder down. Yeah. Smart idea.
Snidely Whiplash standing over Becky.
There's some unique stuff in there.
Yes.
But it was sloppy.
Yeah. If we're gonna say the men's matches are sloppy, and we're gonna do that, and we're gonna treat the women equally, we have to say that. Yeah. I will not say this is a bad match, but it was sloppy. It was sloppy seconds. Oof. I mean, one of us was gonna say it was gonna be me saying it.
Anyway, after Becky gets pulled down with rope that was attached to the ladder.
Hitting her hand, not her head.
Yeah, it was Asuka that climbed up to the top, grabbed the belts, and retains the championship for the Kabuki Warriors.
She does. Of course, Kairi at one point not smashing through a table because I am the table. Yeah. Asuka won.
And then immediately afterwards, the feud that was going on in the back undercuts the women's win. And we close out with Baron Corbin getting speared into a crowd of wrestlers.
Vince, if you hate women, just fucking say you hate women. Hayes, if you hate women. Kevin Dunn, we know you hate women because you've never been touched by a goddamn woman. Even a corpse wouldn't want to be touched by you. You excel at incel. It just... Remember how you had to tell me what the fuck that meant? Because I had no idea, because I don't understand a lot of new terminology. But just say you hate women. Look, whether the match was sloppy or not, and it was... Don't take away that moment of the women. You obviously haven't cared about Asuka for a while. Asuka and Kairi are succeeding in spite of everything. Charlotte, I hope all these women are okay. Becky has barely been featured since Survivor Series and has talked about that. Just fucking say you hate women. Because it's obvious you do, so just come out and say it, Vince. D+. D+. You know what? No, you know what? D+. Here's why I'm not going to go F. I'm not going to go F for this reason. The first three matches, I'm going to go with D+ for that. It could have been a B+. Had that bullshit not happened. Okay, you know what? Now I actually want to know your grade because I'm actually kind of curious.
I'm giving it a D-.
You know what? I'm going D- also. I agree with you.
Stop copying me.
Okay, D. Actually, no, you know what? I'm going to actually go D+ because I want to give credit to the first three matches.
Cool.
But
for me, a 40%, 50%, you know, they'd be failing, but this is more like a 62%.
Yeah, okay. So that's our grades.
Anyway, there's a poll right up here.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed the show. Please let us know what you found entertaining. I would love to know.
Besides,
hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell.
Yeah, do all that. Thanks for about 1,000 views on the NWA Into the Fire review. Thank you guys very much.
Yes, thanks. We appreciate you.
If you're still watching by this point, by the way, why wouldn't you? Because we produce great rage-filled content.
I'm me.
The humble brag. We will be doing an end-of-year stream 2 weeks from today.
Yeah.
The 29th. Likely sometime afternoon, noon, 1 p.m. our time. Well, no, 12:30, 1 p.m., something like that. Because I work short days on Sundays. So, get your questions, do that, have fun, let's have some fun things, let's have some good stuff on this stream. So anyway, I'm John Ritlin, this is...
The Derbinator.
We will be here for Raw, I think.
Bye.